Great freaking news that we got. Rogue One trailer, amazing. Absolutely, I'm psyched up for this movie. It takes place between, after episode 3, before episode 4. So we got some old favorites coming back. Terrence, what did you think about this trailer?
Okay, so I guess the things that I liked about this particular trailer. One, we got another strong female character that we got introduced to in this film, or at least in this trailer that we got to see. And we got to see basically obviously the prequel to episode 4, New Hope, but we got to see some of those same characters again. We got Mon Mothma, we got who we think maybe is Grand Admiral Tarkin, or maybe Thrawn is what everybody else is kind of throwing out there. But then we got to see the old Rogue Squadron, we got to see the Imperial Walkers, everything that we love from the original Star Wars film, and this film is actually gonna give us an actual war. So that's what we got in the trailer, and that's one of the things that I really liked about what we were going to see in this film.
So actually right now, Return of the Jedi is actually the only Star Wars. Good point to him. This time we're gonna really have we're actually gonna have a really good.
Everything is a star skirmish or a star disagreement.
This is really gonna be really good. I can just sense that it's gonna have some really great fight scenes. For the first time, in my opinion, besides Darth Maul, we're gonna actually see some really good fighting with Donnie Yen.
With no Jedi.
With no Jedi or Sith or anything like that.
Or maybe it Vader.
No, I'm talking about as far as the martial arts.
Okay.
So Donnie Yen in there, doing his thing in there, and it was really great to see him in there. I don't know exactly who he's playing, but to see him throw some martial arts in there is awesome. The Jay Erso is the character, and let me just go on this. And how do you feel about another female lead? I mean, you want diversity. It's screaming in Hollywood for diversity. You know, of course, you get your Angelina Jolie's and playing Tomb Raider back in the day. Daisy Ridley, ironically, might take over the role of Lara Croft. And now you got Felicity Jones taking this role after Daisy Ridley took it in episode 7.
Right.
How do you think about that dynamic as far as having these female heroes?
Actually, I think it's good. I mean, because before in the original trilogy, outside of Mon Mothma, we only really had one female in the whole galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it. So they had to expand out and say that there's more women out there, and strong women that actually help with the rebellion and have something to do with them trying to rebel against the Imperial forces. I'm still waiting for them to add more black people. You know.
Well, Felicity Jones actually does say that she rebels, so that's actually pretty cool. But it looks like the action sequences are going to be great. The special effects are going to be amazing. Now, when you look at the whole aspect of A New Hope, you know, you would wish that they had these kind of effects. Since this takes place before, you know, the effects are going to happen. And seeing those AT-ATs, since he likes to, you know, like me saying AT-AT, seeing those in action. And seeing the Death Star in action, you know, when the front is coming out or it's going in, it's just freaking awesome.
It was actually pointed out to me that at the end of episode 3, that dish, the little firing disc, was already installed. So what did they do? Take it off and then put it back on. So it was like, oh man, we forgot a part. Take it off. They reinstalled it and put it back on.
You got the Star Destroyers?
Yeah, we got the Star Destroyers in here. One of the things I was gonna say was that with this trailer and adding all the new characters like Donnie Yen and stuff like that, we're expanding the universe out more.
Right.
Where off of those same 6 characters, we now have more people that have something to do with what's going on with the rebellion and the Star Wars universe itself. But like you were saying, we got the Star Destroyers, we got the Imperial Walkers, the AT-ATs, because you can't say AT-ATs.
They're AT-ATs.
What's the chicken walkers? The ATs. They're not the ATs. So it's the AT-STs. It's another subject. But
anyway,
But yeah, I mean, like, I like what they're doing with this, and like you were saying before, like I made a joke about, is that we're actually seems like we're gonna get a war. We're gonna see what the rebellion had to go through before we even got to getting Jedis to go help, before we even got to getting Luke to come help the rebellion forces. They had to do stuff too. They weren't just chilling until a Jedi showed up,
right?
Back with R2 to say, okay, cool, now we can do something. No, they were working on their plot and plans to go and destroy the first Death Star. So we get to see what leads them up to doing that.
And another thing that we get to see is the original concept as far as the stormtroopers go. They actually updated them, but the original concept of the stormtroopers are in this movie.
Yeah.
And they also do highlight the Death Stormtroopers also, and those look amazing. It looks like a combination of a traditional stormtrooper mixed in with the TIE fighter pilot a little bit. You know,
kind of like a smoky grayish. You know?
Yeah, it looks awesome. So I'm really looking forward to that.
We're gonna have so many classes of stormtroopers after a while.
Really, right? Who is kneeling in the trailer? Who do you think is kneeling with the 2 Imperial guards on the side? Is it Palpatine? Is it Snoke?
No.
Who is kneeling?
Okay.
Who do you think is kneeling?
Okay, so there's 2 different ways, two different things that I think could happen, but the one I think it really is, I think it's the Emperor.
You think it's Palpatine?
Because the Emperor has been known to wear his robe in the original trilogy. So, and they're in a room that has Imperial guards. I don't remember any of the in any of the previous films in the original trilogy where Vader needed Imperial guards. The Imperial guards always followed the Emperor. So, if he's going to go into that particular room, everybody keeps saying that that's one of those twos where they fix you when you're hurt and stuff like that. But maybe it's the hologram.
The hologram room?
Yeah,
from Empire, maybe?
Yeah, maybe it's the hologram room that he went into to project his image to Vader, because Vader had to go to one, so wouldn't it be another room that they had to go to from the other side?
Maybe. I really think it's, for some reason or another, I have a feeling that it's Snoke.
All right,
I don't know why.
And the other thought is that maybe we get a hooded Vader this time. I mean, we never seen Vader in the robe outside of when he was Anakin. And it's like, maybe we got a hooded Vader. Maybe he gets, because Maul wore his.
That's interesting.
As a Sith,
but
Maul wore his.
But at the same time, you have to remember that he's a completely burnt robotic. I don't know, it'd be kind of interesting on how they would do that.
And if you think about it too, Ren wore his. Kylo Ren wore his when he wore his helmet. Ren wore his helmet and wore the robe.
So you think maybe Vader is full costume, but with the robe?
With the robe. Maybe he wears the robe.
Because he's still young. I mean, not young, but he's still early in his prime, I guess. You want to say that? Maybe
he just got out of bed and he didn't want to walk outside.
Yeah, I mean, you got the little stogie happening, and
sometimes you get out of bed and it's kind of cold. You want to get up. He's still
see what this fool Palpatine wants.
And then it's like, oh man, let me go. And tied it up a little bit, threw the hood on, go out there and go get on his hologram.
Who do you think? Do you honestly believe that Hayden Christensen is playing Vader?
I would love it, but he won't be.
I don't know. It would be awesome.
I would have as much hate as he got. I just want to see him come full circle and be embraced in the Star Wars universe, as opposed to him being somebody that people hate. We already go through it with the little kid who played it at the little Anakin, Jake Lloyd. Well, he already goes through it, and he just basically just said, "I don't want to have nothing to do with Star Wars." I don't think we should put that same thing on Hayden Christensen. We should just come around and say, "Hey, look. It was what it is. This is how we can make it better." I mean, because there's plenty of stuff. I mean, do we still? I mean, yeah, we do. I was gonna say we still talk about the Star Wars Christmas special.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah, and but we accept it.
And the Ewoks.
We accept it. People hate Ewoks. We accept them though. And it's like, come on, man, get off Hayden Christensen's back. Bring him back as Vader.
I would love to see Hayden Christensen back. And another reoccurring character is Tarkin. It is a possibility that Peter Cushing will be showcased in this movie through CGI. Through archive footage. So to see Peter Cushing back, he's been passed away a long time, that would be amazing.
Now, so do you think the characters that we saw that had the whole Grand Admiral little insignia on his chest, their rankings on the chest, do you believe it kind of resembled him?
It resembled Cushing a lot.
It wasn't quite him. So I mean, we could always say that it's a younger version of him,
possibly.
But there's people out there saying that it's Thrawn, but Thrawn's supposed to be blue, and he's more of an alien. they're all aliens, I guess, if you really think about it. But so the whole Thrawn thing is one that's been out there. So it's a possibility because Disney could change it up. It's from the books. He was blue. Maybe he's not blue this time. And,
a lot of possibilities.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities. I would love it to be Tarkin because he would make the most sense, because if they're talking about the Death Star, he was overseeing the construction of it. So
absolutely.
I mean, why would you do another Grand Admiral when you have Tarkin that's right there?
And you could see him briefly at the end of Episode 3. You can see Tarkin there walking away from Vader and Palpatine. So who knows? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Either way, I'm really looking forward to this. Han Solo is supposed to, the one that's taking over for Harrison Ford, is supposed to make a cameo in this. So
please don't show it in the trailer.
I really, don't show it in the trailer. But I really do hope that it's a New Hope.
Anyway, what you did there. I see.
This is before A New Hope, which launched the whole trilogy as it is. And for those of you that are big fans of it, well, obviously we all are, the original trilogy will be re-released in theaters this summer. Might be on a limited basis. It might be the big markets. I'm not too sure, but it will be released in theaters again. My question to you is, do you want to see it special edition or do you want to see it original?
Well, I think...
Because I do not want to see Anakin's Force Ghost.
Well, here's the deal. Fox owns the originals.
So that'll never...
It'll never happen unless they work out something with Fox, and Disney's not going to give Fox money to do it.
Dang, I forgot about that.
They can't. I mean, it would be nice, but they can't. So we all, just like I said, we got to accept Hayden Christensen. We're just going to have to accept the special editions for what they were until Disney decides that they can get the rights from Fox, and Fox is not going to give them to them. They're not, because they know how much they're worth. They're not going to do it. As you talk about how much George Lucas got, $4 billion, Fox is going to talk $4 billion plus to get those rights back, just so they can distribute those films as the original version, so they can try to move away from the special edition. Which is funny, though. If they ever do get the rights back, then the special editions will be the ones that will be the most sought after, because they'll be gone from existence.
Yep. So we have some. That's actually, first of all, I can't wait for those to be back on the screen. That's going to be awesome. But we do have some new additions to the Force number 8.
Okay.
It's shooting right now. Can't wait. It's amazing. The guys are already training. Daisy Ridley's already training. They're going through the whole everything, as far as the physical work on it. So it's highly anticipated. December 2017 is when it comes out. Key additions: Benicio del Toro, Laura Dern, and newcomer Kelly Marie Tran was brought on for a really big role, apparently. She has done some independent stuff, a couple shows here and there, nothing major. This is her very first big movie. If history repeats itself, just as Daisy Ridley, that was her, Episode 7 was her very first big movie. Hopefully that transitions again, and again, we'll have another female lead, because according to John Boyega in an interview he had, was that Kelly Marie Tran is actually the lead of Episode 8. We don't know what her character is. We don't know who she's playing, but that is...
Except for that rumor that we're supposed to be getting a love interest for Finn. You think it might be her?
It could be. It could be a love interest for Poe. It could be a love interest for Poe. It could be. It could not. It might not even be a love interest at all. It might be an actual character, whether it's a Sith or a Padawan or whatever. A surviving Padawan.
So then, what you're saying that we might see Luke start back up the Order of the Jedi again?
Maybe. I mean, that's the. What was it? Tales of the Jedi Temple?
Oh. I'm sorry. I every time that's said, it makes me...
Order of the Dark Side is still the best title ongoing right now.
It should be called Dark Side something, or something Dark Side.
Do it!
It should be called that.
Either way, it's going to be pretty interesting on who she's going to play. I know that they are... kind of not really being as secretive. We talked about the last one, that they're not being as secretive as they were with Episode 7. But it's I'm pretty sure that they're going to eventually say who she is. So
right.
It's going to be awesome. I can't freaking wait.
Okay, I mean, they're going to give us some weird Star Wars name that we're not going to know, and everybody's going to run. The Star Wars nerds are going to run to we're all going to run. Where's that in there? Where's that in there? Where's that in there? And it's going to be like 7 names that have all been spliced together to make this one new name, and we're not going to know anything. So it doesn't matter if they tell us anything.
Just give me Billy D back. I'm good with that. Just give me Billy D. I'm good.
All right. So what do we have next?
Actually, that's it.
Oh no, we still gotta. We always touch fan theories.
Fan theories.
Fan theories. So
You got one.
I know he doesn't have it on his list.
I don't have it on my list.
But it's one that's been widely spread right now.
I want to hear this.
And when the trailer came out, he was the first person that I actually heard it from. So I want to give him a little credit for it, because when I gave
I was not going to bring that up yet.
I
was going to wait till the next episode.
No, we're going to do it now, because then it'll be too old.
Go ahead.
He let me get out my Rey theory at the time, and I know, once again, like I said, this is all over the internet right now, but I still believe that there is a little bit of, I don't want to say truth, but it has something to where you're like, could be. Now, you want to say it, or you want to do it?
So, if you really look at the trailer, and Felicity Jones's character, Jay Erso, is probably about a good 18 or 19 years old.
Right.
According to what the trailer says, she's been by herself since she was 15. So she's got to be at least 19 or 20. Luke is in his late teens, early 20s as well. If that is true, depending on how Rogue One ends, there could be a time, especially if you see her settle in Tatooine, or if she settles somewhere around there, that she is Rey's mother.
Okay.
Daisy Ridley was given this question, and she denied it, and she says no. She says no, but of course, even if they're not going to say, oh yeah, sure,
Oh, you got it right.
Yeah, you got it right. So there's some denial there, but that's just my theory. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's just what I think.
So some of the things that kind of make you go with it is that we look at Rey, and she obviously idolizes the rogue pilots.
Yes, she does.
And if this character has something to do with the Rogue Squadron, then wouldn't she idolize the Rogue Squadron because of her mom?
Possibly. If she had any, but at the same time, she doesn't really remember. So you never know.
But if it was something that she found, and she maybe had flashbacks, because she still has a few flashbacks, so maybe she flashback sometimes you just remember something from a kid, and you're kind of drawn to it, but don't really remember why you saw it or why you like it, but you just know that you like it. And it could be that type of situation, forced flashbacks or something like that. Who knows? But that's one thing that makes sense. But two, how we talk about the story, the saga of the Skywalkers. It would tie her into the Skywalker lineage,
and I was going with because the expanded universe is they're playing with it, but they're not completely canon right now.
Okay.
So Mara Jay Erso, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're play off words. I don't know. But that's who I see that, and you brought up a really good point, because in episode 7, when Rey is sitting there eating her portions,
1/2
portions. So when she's there, she has that on. She has a doll, which even in that universe they have action figures.
Yeah, action figures for themselves. How does the criminals have action figures? Because technically they're the criminals of the galaxy at the time.
So it makes sense. You're absolutely right. It does make a little sense that she would idolize that, knowing that there's some kind of connection from her family to that.
Yeah, to the Rogue Squadron. Now, the other part about that, because like I said, I had seen the theory out there as well. Once you brought it up to my attention, I was looking online to see if anybody else had mentioned it, and then next thing you know, a couple of days later, it was everywhere, and I'm like, oh crap, everybody thought it now. But the other thing that I actually did see out there is, on the other side of it, is that maybe it's Poe Dameron's mom.
Maybe.
Because they've discussed them in the comic book, but I don't think they've gone into real detail. But his parents were also fighter pilots. So, she is a fighter pilot.
That's a possibility.
So it's a possibility so she might be related to Poe Dameron. That's the other one that's floating out there.
I don't think that she's Force sensitive.
Okay.
But there is something about Forrest Whitaker's dialogue when he asks her, or when he tells her about what she'll become. And I don't know if there's a dark side reference in there.
Because they show her in the TIE fighter outfit when they do the voiceover, so it makes it look a little ominous, like, she's got something that could go evil.
Yeah, exactly. Captain Phasma's mom? Boba Fett's mom?
Maybe.
Ooh. Boba Fett's mom? I don't know.
But he's a clone. He can't.
Hey.
Jango Fett's mom.
Jango Fett's mom.
But no, that's too early.
No, that's way too early. That's not gonna close. Anyway.
Boba Fett's daughter.
All right, that's enough. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think as far as theories, what you think about the trailer. We want to hear your comments and everything that we might have missed something. Throw it on out there. Let us know what you think.
Josh McCouga had said on Collider, he said, it was the funniest thing, it made me laugh. He said, are we sure it's called Rogue One or the Rogue One?
Oh, like she's the rogue.
Like she's the Rogue One.
She's the rogue.
And everybody like booed him, like that's stupid. What he's it's Rogue One, idiot. Come on. But I was like, that was funny.
Terrence, take us home.
All right. Okay. So, guys, we don't do the Star Wars. We don't do Rule of Two that often. So we try to make sure we don't overwhelm you with these. We do them when there actually is Star Wars news. So one of the most important things that you want to do is subscribe. So if we post a video, something happened in the Star Wars universe, and you guys need to know about it. So make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like and comment, because we always like to talk about fan theories. And if you know any other ones that are out there that we hadn't quite mentioned, let us know so we can discuss those too. So that's all we got for this time for the Rule of Two. I'm Terrence.
I'm Manny. May the Force be with you. Yeah, because she's
Liam Hemsworth is not marrying Miley Cyrus.
They're engaged. They're back.
Man, he can get 500 hotter chicks than Miley Cyrus.
big time with boobs.
But
Yeah.
But he's boring.
But he's boring.
Yeah, apparently he's
Yeah,
boring.
because chicks are always talking about how boringly hot he is.
Yes. And yeah, I want to be boring. We want to be boring in our 40s.
Please, can I?
Oh wait, we are boring in our 40s.
Can I be Liam Hemsworth boring?
Yeah.
Can I? What did I tell you? Like 6'2", 6'3"? Can I be 6'3"?
You know dang right that you would rather have personality than looks. You especially.
Are we talking about?
Well, I have them both right now. So, I mean, because when you're